Hello, Original Soul. Welcome in to this reading that I thought we would do for Sunday morning and see what comes out. But of course, whenever you find this message, it's meant for you. So let's jump into shuffling up some cards, shall we? I hope you're doing really well. All right, so we'll see what wants to come out. And get a little information, maybe what's best to do on this day. All right, let's see here. Okay, so cutting the deck with the World, the last major arcana. So maybe a closeout of some sort of cycle. There it is. Or maybe doing something on social media, or maybe you are traveling or planning a trip. All right, so first card out here is Justice. So something becoming more balanced. You notice the scales are tipped on this card. So let's get another one with Justice here. Well, maybe you're making a decision about something. The sword is still up in the air. Ooh, and the moon, so two major arcana. So we'll have to get a little bit more cards on these. With Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So threes are about building something, planning something. This could be working with other people. Right, although in this card, this person is alone, chiseling away at something. Again, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So this could be something that you are maybe were doing with other people and then are going to begin to do alone. With the moon out here with Justice, this is something coming up to the surface, possibly something with your feelings. Maybe something shocking is happening. It does seem like something big is going on. For some people, this could be a divorce or a separation. This could even be some sort of, I don't know, legal matter around some sort of work situation. Or in general, just some sort of feeling of unfairness, and your feelings, your deep-rooted kind of secrets or desires have been kind of kept under the surface. All right, let's see here. Let's add a little bit to this. Let's add one, right away to Justice. Wow, a lot of major arcana coming out. We only have 4 cards so far. Temperance. This is all about balance. So again, like I noticed with that scale on this deck, in this image, is out of whack. So Temperance is bringing things back into balance, back into line. You see how she's got her arms out. Things are alchemizing and changing. This could be a balance with your feelings and emotions. This could be with your heart space and how you speak. You've definitely been feeling a little bit stuck in whatever this is. And the High Priestess, like I said, so many major arcana. Holy moly here. Okay, so the High Priestess with Temperance, you need to start following and using your intuition. I just did a reading about feeling lost and what was possibly blocking you, and it seemed like not listening to intuition was a blockage. Here again, there is something coming to light. This is something, again, about your choices, how you're moving. Are you moving with your true heart space? It seems like that's why things have been out of whack. And that's not always easy to do. All right, let's get something here on the moon. Page of Swords. So definitely about communication. You can see all these books and pages all over the place. I don't know, maybe you're writing something. Journaling would be helpful, especially out here with the moon card, because that is definitely a helpful way to at least start to get your feelings out of just your own body and out onto paper, even if you're not necessarily speaking to someone else. But this could be communication either coming in from someone else or you need to communicate something. Again, this is either maybe moving from this maybe blocking of intuition or just blocking that flow of following the path that you know you need to go down, which again seems like that's very difficult. There's a lot of major arcana here. Again, something that you've really kind of worked really hard at, it would appear. But once you start listening to that voice, right, maybe there's something that you need to say or share with somebody or communicate, right? You need to kind of let it out. So maybe there is a secret. This could be somebody asking for a separation or a divorce. Or maybe you're putting in your notice at work or something like that. Yeah, with 5 of Swords, this is combative energy. You can see the cat trying to shoo away the mouse, but the mouse is sort of on guard. You know, he's like still ready to go. He's ready to defend that cheese. So yeah, and possibly needing to walk away from something or something you've kind of been waiting on or waiting for. Might be time to get up and get moving. With the 5 of Swords and this communication, again, if this is deep emotions, deep-seated feelings, or something that you have kept to yourself for a long time, and it just seems like it's time to share that. But notice how you're phrasing things or how you are coming across with your own energy, right? This could be someone else being defensive or arguing, right? Even yelling, excuse me, not liking what you had to say possibly, or just notice if that's how you're coming across as well, right? Even if you need to deliver some sort of message to another person, right? How you do that is in your control. How they react is not. All right, let's see here. Let's get one with... Oh, these cards are flipping today. Jeez Louise. Judgment. Judgment with this 3 of Pentacles came out. I'm going to get another one with that. But again, another major arcana. Like I said, it might be time to... you know, share something that you've been holding in. Maybe it's something that you've been thinking about and you've been having a hard time kind of making that step forward. Seems like obviously something difficult. Another major arcana, Judgment, coming out here. With that trumpet playing, maybe you're finally hearing the music or someone's finally facing the music or something like that, if that makes any kind of sense. This came out and has been coming out a lot recently as well. I know in another reading, I can't remember which one, but I did mention like getting something off your chest or letting something go. Kind of felt like finally, I don't know if giving up is necessarily the right word, but maybe it is getting a new sort of view or judgment on whatever the situation is. Again, with Justice, maybe judgment is coming in your favor here. Yeah, Ace of Swords. This definitely feels like some sort of truth is coming to light. Something is going to become much more clear. So I don't know if this is all just internal for you, or if, right, maybe that relationship situation made sense or something with work. But it does seem like there is a huge major shift here. All right, let's see here. Let's get some kind of outcome card or best advice. Okay, so 8 of Wands, communication. He seems like he's sort of dodging communication. So maybe it's time to, like I said, face the music. And maybe you have a lot of things coming at you. And that's been keeping you a little bit running or even a little bit quiet. Yeah, Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck here. So you've either been stuck and unable to see this in a different way or take kind of a different approach. Or maybe some sort of communication does come in or comes to light, and that kind of flips everything for you, and suddenly you do have like a different judgment about the situation. You just feel differently about it. You're ready to move forward and on. Yeah, the Knight of Wands almost fell out there. Let's see, what's this? Seven of Cups. I saw him earlier. Puppy looking to make a choice. A choice for happiness. I'm picking up on the snake, so maybe there's been a lot of transformation. I think one of these dogs is maybe wearing like a ghost costume or something. That's adorable. Okay. But I was noticing more so the snake at first. So some sort of transformation. Like I said, a really big shift. I mean, there's a ton of major arcana coming out. You're really wanting to move more towards your happiness, more in that way, right? Whether that looks like kind of the picture of what you thought it was, or maybe that's shifted. Right? This could have to do with family, and there's a lot of pentacles, so it could have to do with money. Sometimes those things go hand in hand as well. All right, let's get one more card with the Seven of Cups before we close it out. Nine of Wands. So yeah, this definitely feels like putting up boundaries, standing up for yourself. From the 8 to the 9 of Wands. I mean, there is a progression with some sort of action. But she does look really fierce, and she's definitely not going to back down. And same with that mouse, right? As I mentioned, he is defending that cheese. With the 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck too. Again, that is really a lot of hard work and time and energy and effort. So I don't know if that's gone into whatever this situation is, but yeah, King of Swords with the 10 of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So again, this could possibly be a divorce situation or going through something like that. And maybe you are starting to move more towards your happiness. That can be a slow, difficult process. Right? And maybe along that process, moving towards your 10 of Cups, maybe you find a little bit of a better match, or you just find a little bit of peace and serenity, clarity. Yeah, okay. All right, so that is the message that we've got here for Sunday. Right, a lot of major arcana coming up. Oh, I'm seeing the 7 of Swords here. And the 3 of Pentacles again at the bottom of the deck. I don't usually like the 7 of Swords very much. Again, this is about manipulation. This could be around money or work. Maybe something's been stolen. Let's add a card to that, actually. That just caught my eye before we close it out here. Why not? I just saw the Devil pop out. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Okay, so definitely something coming to an end. Seems like you're putting this to an end, right? You're definitely focused on those 10 of Cups, your happiness, right? Switching up your perspective, defending yourself, defending what you want, getting more in touch with your intuition. You know, maybe some of this has taken a little bit of strategy. I don't want to say that you've had to be sneaky, but again, like I was saying earlier, maybe there are some things that you've kept to yourself. Right now, it's time to really kind of put an end to all that so you can get your new blessings coming in. All right. Okay, now we'll really close it out. So that is this message for Sunday. Maybe a really big shift. I don't know. If this made sense to you, I'd love to hear about it. Otherwise, please leave me a comment, a like. I really appreciate you being here and sharing your energy. This is what we've got for the reading. And until next time, peace.